Our modern world bombards us with constant stimulation. We are flooded with images, videos and messages, all vying for our attention. This sensory overload deeply impacts our brains, particularly our ability to focus and concentrate. The brain, constantly bombarded, struggles to filter out the noise and identify what truly deserves our attention. This constant state of distraction has profound consequences. It fragments our attention spans, making it increasingly difficult to engage in deep, meaningful thought. Pornography, a pervasive form of hyperstimulation, presents a unique challenge. It offers readily accessible, highly stimulating sexual content that activates the brain's reward pathways, particularly the release of dopamine. While pleasurable in the short term, repeated exposure to pornography can lead to significant changes in the brain's wiring. The brain becomes accustomed to the high levels of dopamine released during pornography consumption. This can lead to a process known as tolerance, where increasingly intense or novel stimuli are needed to achieve the same level of arousal and pleasure. This can create a vicious cycle of seeking out more extreme content to satisfy the brain's cravings. The overstimulation of the reward pathways, particularly with pornography, creates an unhealthy dopamine rollercoaster. The brain, flooded with dopamine during exposure to stimulating content, experiences a surge of pleasure. However, this is often followed by a crash, leaving individuals feeling depleted, anxious, and craving another dopamine hit. This cycle can be particularly damaging to motivation and overall well-being. When the brain becomes accustomed to these dopamine spikes, it can lead to a decrease in natural dopamine production. This can result in a state of anhedonia, characterized by a diminished ability to experience pleasure from everyday activities. Tasks that once brought joy, such as spending time with loved ones or pursuing hobbies, become less appealing. Our society often promotes external gratification as a path to happiness. We are constantly bombarded with messages equating success with material possessions, status, and physical appearance. This focus on external validation can be incredibly alluring, promising instant satisfaction and a sense of fulfillment. However, this pursuit of external gratification often leads to a never-ending cycle of desire and disappointment. The pleasure derived from acquiring material possessions or achieving a certain status is often short-lived. Once the initial excitement wears off, we are left wanting more, seeking the next thing to fill the void. Breaking free from the grip of overstimulation and reclaiming control over our minds requires conscious effort and the implementation of effective strategies. One such strategy is cognitive reframing, a powerful tool that involves changing the way we think about and interpret situations. By challenging negative thought patterns and replacing them with more positive and empowering beliefs, we can shift our perspective and regain control over our emotions and behaviors. Cognitive reframing is particularly helpful in breaking free from unhealthy habits and addictions. While cognitive reframing provides a powerful framework for change, it is essential to acknowledge the importance of willpower and detachment in the journey toward desexualizing the brain. Willpower, often described as the ability to resist short-term temptations in pursuit of long-term goals, plays a crucial role in overcoming the allure of instant gratification. Detachment, on the other hand, involves developing a sense of distance from our thoughts and emotions. It is the ability to observe our mental processes without judgment or attachment. By cultivating both willpower and detachment, we can strengthen our resistance to the constant bombardment of stimulation and make conscious choices that align with our values and goals. This involves practicing mindfulness, setting healthy boundaries, and engaging in activities that foster self-awareness and emotional regulation.